Hi everyone, it's Fijeh Aadum. Welcome to day 8 of the Success Brain training. This is lesson 8, the final lesson in the first module. I want to congratulate you for making it this far. And today, we will work to eliminate your fear of failure and ensure you are ready to soar to greater success. After lesson 7, you have some understanding of ways in which you sabotage your efforts. When you're uncomfortable with the idea of being successful, you are getting in your own way. This discomfort is the result of fear. The most common fear in those that want to be more successful, however, is the fear of failure. Fear of failure can alter every choice we make. This fear can be helpful. Some of us are able to use the fear of failure as motivation to do our best work. However, most of us are influenced by this fear in a negative way. We often change our plans altogether and find an alternative that feels safer. This is a sure way to limit your results and experience feelings of regret. You need to learn to put the fear of failure behind you, and I'm going to suggest some ways to do that. Number 1, understand that failure is part of the process. You're very lucky if you figure out the right way to do something with your first effort. Short-term failure is much more common. Anytime you want to accomplish something significant, you can expect failures to be part of that process. So, keep improving your process until you are successful. Number 2, realize that failure is only a temporary condition. A single failure isn't a permanent condition. Failure is like a rainy day. Sunny days always show up again, even if you're in London. Number 3, find something meaningful. With enough motivation, fear isn't an issue. For example, if you're feeling overly bashful or shy at work, maybe you're not working in the right field or with the right company for you. Because when you have enough passion for something, fear is much easier to overcome. Number 4, failure is not personal. Failing only means that your approach wasn't the best option. It doesn't say anything about you as a person. Even the most talented people deal with failure on a regular basis. In fact, I love what one of my mentors says. I call him my mentor. It's someone I learned from a distance. He says the reason why he's so successful, he's considered to be so successful, is because he has failed more than everybody else. He has failed better than everybody else. So a wrong choice it's not indicative of a fatal flaw. I'll take that again. A wrong choice isn't indicative of a fatal flaw. Number 5, stay present. You can't worry if your mind isn't living in the future. It's only when you project a negative outcome that you become anxious. Reality is happening right now. The future is only a daydream. So if you're going to think about the future, imagine success. At this very second, you are okay. You'll be okay in the next second too. Number 6, learn to enjoy fear. If your life isn't in danger, being afraid is a sign that you are doing something new. Only new behaviors will change your life, guys. No one wants to live the same day repeatedly. So that uncomfortable feeling is a sign that you are doing something amazing and something great might happen. Number 7, minimize fear by taking action. The people that are most afraid tend to be the most paralyzed. They didn't start out that way. You weren't born afraid of the things that you fear today. But by giving into fear, you teach your brain that fear is an effective way to control your behavior. And it will continue ratcheting up the fear because it knows it works. Solution: ignoring fear and taking action has the opposite effect. You can teach yourself that fear doesn't impact your behavior. In time, the amount of fear you feel will decrease. Number 8, look ahead. If you continue to allow fear to dictate your behavior, what will your life look like in 20 years? How will your life be different if fear didn't control your actions? Would you rather be a little uncomfortable now or be filled with regrets for the rest of your life? Number 9, and finally, view failure as an opportunity to learn. Failure might provide a small sting, but the information you gain is invaluable. A few small improvements are often enough to turn a failure into a success. So look for the lesson and apply it to your next attempt. Guys, has fear of failure had a negative impact in your life? Dealing with the fear of failure is something everyone faces. So avoid allowing fear to dictate and limit your life. Remember that the fear is self-created. You can choose to have an attitude that supports your success. That just wraps up your first module. Good work, guys, if you followed through. The final lesson in this module just contains a summary and reflections, and it will tie everything together. So let's get started on the tips in this lesson before we do that final session, the wrap up. Embrace your many failures. Look back at every failure you've accomplished in your life. That's right, accomplished. Look at each of these failures and decide what you could have learned from each of them. How could you have applied them going forward from that point? Can you see now how much you're able to learn from your failures if you embrace them? Now, very quickly, let's do a Module 1 summary and reflection. The very first step to becoming successful at work and in life is to develop an effective mindset. Your mindset is the foundation from which everything else evolves. Without the proper mindset, all of your efforts will be affected negatively. Your thoughts, attitudes, and self-talk are all important components of your mindset. Just as important is your comfort level with success. Not everyone is comfortable with the idea of great success. Next, eliminate your fears of failure and raise your success ceiling. You can accomplish more when you are not afraid of failing. And also remember, a positive attitude can make all the difference. A positive attitude affects your efforts in numerous ways. And with a success-oriented mindset, any goal becomes a possibility. Now, let's take the reflection questions, the self-reflection questions. 1. What does success mean to me? How do I know when I've become successful? 2. How does my current thinking affect my success? Can I see how my previous level of thinking has contributed to my successes and failures? 3. What can I do to maintain a positive mindset when everything seems to be wrong? How have I handled this situation in the past? How successful was my strategy? Number 4, who is my favorite winner? What can I learn from them that I can apply to my own life? Number 5, how would I rate my comfort level with the idea of being highly successful? Is it standing in my way? And number 6, to what degree do I fear failure? How would my life evolve if I were free of this fear? Now, moving forward, your next module will enable you to effectively deal with limiting beliefs, learn how to overcome them, and work around them to achieve the success you deserve. Now, don't forget to visit our community page, www.fijehaadum.com/training, for your free resources that will support this training today. Let's meet again tomorrow to move a step closer in installing your own success brain with Module 2. See you tomorrow.